Back to the streets. In Paris, university students and their tutors join colleagues across the country in demanding a halt to reforms and to talk of their anxieties over French economic decline. They fear education could be sacrificed as the country goes into a deep crisis.
All the statistics indicate that the budget globally for education is dropping. In my university, Paris 3, we're losing 6 jobs this year, and there are 8 jobs scheduled to be lost over the next couple of years. And I can see that I'm teaching groups with 40 students, sometimes more. I know that we don't have too many teachers for the number of students that we're teaching.
In universities, classes have been replaced by strikes planning debates. The students want the government to invest in their education. They're anxious about the current economic recession and the choices made for them. For the student organizers, the protest began with high-minded statements. But the chill economic winds of the global recession are blowing as strongly here as anywhere, and they now expect the French state to protect their future.
To tackle such a crisis, the government should invest in us, in the youth. They shouldn't cut our education budget. We're the future of the country. Better degrees mean better jobs and more wealth for the nation in the long term.
This movement is snowballing, with students and professors joining the large proportion of French citizens unhappy about the way President Sarkozy and his government are handling the economic crisis. Less than 2 years into his presidency, Sarkozy's popularity is plummeting in opinion polls. He's now down to 39%, dropping 5% in the last few days. He's well aware that in the past, long-running protests by French citizens have pushed governments into resignation. Last week, more than 2 million people have taken to the streets, demanding consumer power and measures to save jobs. The man who swept to power on promises of national economic reform is still struggling to convince his fellow citizens that he can deal with hard economic reality. Estelle Youssouffa, Al Jazeera, Paris.